is enough said.
Happy Monday, Heat Nation. Your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. We really appreciate the support, you guys. Like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. Now together, let's go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Got a great episode for you today, you guys. Just a little reminder, I cut 3 episodes yesterday, trying to give you guys all the latest content. So once you're done with this one, please check this one out and give them some love and some feedback. We really appreciate that. Now, there's no game tonight. The Miami Heat do have a game tomorrow against the Chicago Bulls. But before we move to today's topic, you guys, I want to give you guys a little update. You know, it was a crazy weekend for the NBA. Crazy weekend. I'll be honest, you guys, I thought we were going to have a very quiet trade deadline. I thought the biggest thing was going to happen, that possibly our Jimmy Butler would be moved to a different team. But a lot more happened. A lot more happened, you guys. It was notified early Sunday morning, like around 1 in the morning, that there was a trade between the Dallas Mavericks and the Los Angeles Lakers, sending superstar Luka Doncic to the Lakers and sending Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks in a 3-team trade involving the Utah Jazz. And then the whole internet broke. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's cutting videos about it. Everybody's on the subject. Then last night, there was a huge trade, including the Sacramento Kings, the Chicago Bulls, and the San Antonio Spurs, sending De'Aaron Fox to the team he requested to go to, the San Antonio Spurs, sending Zach LaVine to the Sacramento Kings. And we're all sitting here like, where's Jimmy Butler going? I mean, you're watching these trades, you're like, okay, something's got to come up soon, right? Then I see this huge breaking news thing involving Jimmy Butler and Golden State, and I'm thinking, did it happen? No, it's Jimmy being a troll again, saying that he's unwilling to sign a contract extension with the Golden State Warriors. And as a Heat fan, I'm sure all of us collectively did this. Jimmy is just making this process harder and harder and harder. And guys, I know constantly talking about these Jimmy Butler topics is like beating a dead horse with a stick. But at the end of the day, there's so much things that are going on with this process that there's just so much to talk about. Now, it was reported after that, and I want to give you guys a heads up yesterday by Shams Charania. He was on ESPN. And I want to read something that Shams Charania said, and we can talk about it a little bit. So, Shams Charania said, and I quote, "It's become increasingly clear that the team that Jimmy Butler would like to be with long-term and stay and commit long-term with is the Phoenix Suns. From everything I'm told, over the last several weeks, the Miami Heat have engaged in conversations with both the Suns and the Warriors." End quote. We know this. When this trade request originally started, Jimmy Butler said, "I want to play anywhere besides the Miami Heat." And a lot of us joked, send his ass to Washington or send his ass to New Orleans. The Heat talked with Memphis. That got dead in the water because Jimmy Butler's camp contacted Memphis and said not to trade for him. When De'Aaron Fox's trade rumors started flaring up, it was notated that Jimmy Butler didn't want to play for both Memphis and Sacramento. And you're thinking, what's going on? And then now that the Golden State Warriors, who's been linked to Jimmy Butler since last offseason, are having conversations with the Miami Heat, and Jimmy Butler nixed it again. The Heat don't want to send Jimmy Butler to the Phoenix Suns. Let's get that very clear. For obvious reasons. Now look, if this was Kevin Durant for Jimmy Butler, the trade would have happened immediately. But Phoenix wants to send Miami Bradley Beal, who has a 3-year contract going into the 2027 season. And I know a lot of people are thinking, well, you can trade for Bradley Beal, you can trade him on the last year of his contract. He has a no-trade clause. You cannot trade him without his approval. That's the reason why this trade has not happened. Because the Heat don't want Bradley Beal, and the Miami Heat and the Phoenix Suns cannot find a third team or fourth, fifth team willing to take Bradley Beal. Now, there was a little hinting, there was a little rumor that maybe Phoenix and Miami might be a part of this Sacramento, Chicago Bulls, and San Antonio trade. But there's nothing that's come up from it, which probably means it isn't going to happen. You have 3 days into the trade deadline. The trade deadline is this Thursday at 3 p.m. So we are either going to deal with this crap and keep Jimmy Butler for the rest of the season, or there will be a team in the 11th hour that will just say, F it, and trade for Jimmy Butler. And ladies and gentlemen, I keep going back to the same team. And this is the team that I think that's going to have a shot at actually landing Jimmy Butler. And that's the Memphis Grizzlies. And I know, I literally just said that Memphis was out of the running because Jimmy Butler told the camp no. But Memphis can look at this situation and see Phoenix isn't going to get their guy. Jimmy's not going to go to Phoenix. Jimmy's not going to want to just stay at the end of the bench for the regular season. It'll devalue him so bad to the point that he will have to opt into his player option. So what does Jimmy Butler need? Jimmy Butler needs to show the world that he is who he still believes he is. He needs to show the world that he's still himmy. And the best opportunity he would get to do that is by going to the Memphis Grizzlies. Because Memphis can give Miami a package that they want. And it would actually work. Now, there was a report, you guys, that recently came in the New York Times that the Memphis Grizzlies have held exploratory talks with Miami about Jimmy Butler. But those interactions haven't gone far. According to league sources, the Heat asked about Memphis young players, which the Memphis rebuffed. Memphis hasn't made an official offer for Butler and is hesitant to part with any of its promising youth or draft picks of consequence, league sources said. So what I'm thinking that this report is saying, you guys, is that Memphis is reluctant to send Miami out something big because they're waiting to see what comes up. They're waiting to see if there's a team that might take Bradley Beal, because if there's not, then Memphis can come in at the last second and lowball Miami and probably get Jimmy Butler. But I've said this from the get-go. The best trade offer that the Heat can get is a package comprised of Marcus Smart, Brandon Clark, Luke Kennard, and a future first-round draft pick. If you're able to get the draft pick, amazing. But if not, that's where this is going to. I think Memphis is going to wait until Wednesday, possibly Thursday morning, and say, look, this is what we're going to offer you for Jimmy Butler. And look, could this blow up in Memphis's face? Absolutely. You trade for Jimmy Butler and he doesn't want to be there, but Jimmy's not stupid. He knows that he's turning 36 in September. He knows that he's possibly fighting for the last final big contract he can get. So if he's able to go to Memphis, bust his ass, win with this team, that's a championship contender with a team comprised of John Morant, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson. You saw what he did yesterday against the Milwaukee Bucks without Ja there. You add Jimmy Butler to that team, that grit and grind mentality team. That gives Memphis the type of player they need for this potential championship run. It takes them from being a possible contending team to a contending team. I know Jimmy Butler's full of drama, but when motivated, he's one of the best playoff performers in the NBA. I wish that the Miami Heat can get this squashed with Jimmy. I wish that the Miami Heat can say, you know what, bro, we can't find a trade partner for you. Let's just figure this out. Let's ride off to the sunset with this season. Bust your ass out there with these guys. Go with the youth movement and see where we can go. But Jimmy don't want to do that. That's what we saw in the beginning of the season. We thought that Jimmy was going to be locked in this year and he was going to play for his money. But Jimmy was like, nah, screw that. I don't want to be here anymore. Maybe he feels like that this team can't win. Maybe there's a bigger problem that we don't know about. Maybe the problem between Pat Riley and Jimmy has gotten so toxic and bad that Jimmy wants out. But the fact of the matter is, you guys, that he have 3 days to figure this out. Because if they do not figure this out, Jimmy Butler is going to be a $49 million player who's not playing. And that is going to be sad. You need to get some value for Jimmy Butler and get it now. So Heat Nation, I want to hear from you. Do you think that the Memphis Grizzlies will come in and make this trade? Do you think Phoenix will get their guy? You think Miami and Phoenix can figure this out? Or do you think Jimmy Butler is stuck to be here for the rest of the year? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe as we push for 6,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much for the continued support. I am so sorry that we are doing constant videos about Jimmy Butler, you guys, but it's the hottest topic going on right now with the Miami Heat, and I'm always going to give you guys updating content. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, your boy Ernest out, and that is enough said.